logs. That watchtower tech got teeth like guards, so he carried his thoughts in ciphered flow, tucked in a notebook from years ago. Step 5, memories are leaked, so plug it. Cut ties clean, no cause, just snub it. Villain sip tea in the rain, no trace. Only thing left, that ink in space. Final rule, never seek applause. Disappear so deep, even deep hit pause. Legacy ain't loud, it hums in cold, like footprints made before roads erode.
To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. No.
You met him in an alley with a fedora dipped low. Breath cold as the ink in the villain's flow. Said, you ain't early, I just came prepared. Death chuckle, lit smoke in polluted air. Spare me the riddle, Varv grin through steel. Life's a bad bargain and death's the deal. Reaper said cute, most run of prey, but this one rhymes like he came to stay. Vaughn replied, I'm right where your shadow leans. Syllables sharper than guillotine dreams. You tally names, I scramble fate. They fear your grip, I annotate. You bleed in ink, I bleed in ends. You kill in silence, I kill with pens. I knock once, they bow low. I don't answer, I just flow. You spit with pride, but your clock still ticks. Every rhyme you drop just builds my bricks. Vaughn leaned back, let the moment melt. Said, even you need stories felt. You feed on fear, I sell a cure. Where you bring absence, I make them pure. I speak in scars and alleyway codes, in chalk lines shaped like forgotten notes. Death grinned wide, ash fell from his sleeve. You stole well, but no one leaves. Even legends rot when the record fades. Var wrote bars in the air like blades. I ain't here to die, just to document. Your silence speaks, mine pays rent. So write me off, but before I'm ash, know I made kids laugh in a world this brash. I end the breath, I end the verse. What I gave a minds to rehearse. I own the void, I own the noise. Well.
Woke in the maze where the floorboards breathe. Truth wear chains while the liars leave. Dust in the lungs from the crawl space silence. Ink in the page like a blueprint of violence. No face seen when the lockpick sings. Just one flash blink and the data clings. Gears don't grind, they whisper commands. Posts in the wall, blueprints in the sand. Crack in the glass shows a crack in the plan. He walked through wires like it's part of the land. No prayer works when the clock hand bends and the hallway warps at the story's end. Every word weighed, every sound's a cipher. Each echo trapped it in a glassy hyper. Hands don't shake and the mirror don't care. No echo returns from a hollow stare. Mouth stitched shut but the thought still how. He drew maps on the floor with a rusted trowel. The shadow moves but it never breathes. Don't blink, something's under the seams. Gloom in the grid, truth in the glitch. Eyes stay wide, shadows don't flinch. Slit in the veil where the memories loop. He saw smoke speak and the silence stoop. Cold ink bled like a bird with no cage. Wrote in the dark from a tear in the page. Steel don't feel when the nerves retract. Each cold crack just reveals more traps. Suit in the socket, blood in the latch. What looks like a door is a wormhole hatch. Pulse in the wires, faint tap in the drain. Rhyme carved slow like a script through pain. There's no applause when the ghosts applaud. Just static in the hall and a glitching guard. The flash don't boil, it waits and listens. Breath like a prayer in the echo's prison. No map, no myth, just rhythm and dread. And the voice that returns from the books unread. The shadow moves, but it never breathes. Don't blink, something's under the seams. Gloom in the grid, truth in the glitch. Eyes stay wide, shadows don't flinch.
Any fear if it follows every step? It's fact. In the shadow still there. Even when the light turns black.
Yo, red wire humming, black cord frayed. He maps escape routes where the shadows fade. Screwdriver tongue picks locks with verse. Heist so clean it ran time in reverse. Blueprint dust in his coat like ash. He ain't move fast, just move past the crash. Encrypted speech stitched inside a beat, where guards walk loops in a mental repeat. palm print clone from a smudge on glass. He whispered through walls in a frequency
Connected.
class. No gun, no threat, just
Channel
body
switch.
bent. Left a riddling shock at the scene he spent. They search for proof.
Bakayım şuradan bir gitmeyi deneyeyim. Yer var mı?
Oo, kanka bir şeyden bakacağım bir saniye. Dur. Oraya benim bir şekil operasyon çekmem lazım.
Kanka aslında gidip kafamıza meteor atsak var ya.
Şöyle yaparız kanka. Yoldan gidiliyor değil mi oraya? Aynen.
Aynen soldan.
Bak bekle.
Kanka sende ilk 4'te kimler var?
Seni 2'ye aldım. Yorgun, Lokma, Dea. Yani Mustafa,
Tamam.
Hüseyin,
Tamam.
Şuraya toplasana. Gel. Buradan doğru oynayacağız. Gel.
Vurdular aldım onu.
Ananın
Oğlum
amına.
tekliyor lan bu çarlar.
Atlayacak yer bırakmadı ipneler. Ya bu harita çok kötü ya.
Kötü
Vallahi çok
haritayı
kötü
açtım.
ya.
Kapı önünden vuralım bence.
Şöyle şuradan çapraz gideceğiz. Gel kanka.
Al beni.
Hocam sesim geliyor mu? Ben TSR'yim.
Ama
Fransızım.
gel kanka biz Mage değiliz. Dümenden olduk. Gel. Bilediğim yere sağlı çıkacağız, solu vuracağız. Yürü, aç 60'ını. Bas. Diyorlar ki orospu çocuklar.
Bakayım ben kaçabilecek miyim bir yerden.
Bak. Hüso'yla Eren abi orada partiyi çekmiyor da 45 atma derdine düşmüş.
Hani kill aldım ya oğlum. Bu gazeteyi beni bırak.
Oğlum şu ayrı gayrı gitmeyin lan. Gel şu birleş. Yürü şu bilediğim yere 60 aç yürü. Ortalı bas sollu. Sollu yola. Dön 70'te dön 45'te dön.
Ah. Gel gelsi. Atsana lan sefa.
Disconnected. Connected.
Every step was a bar, each blink a delay. He ain't just robbed, he rewrote the day. Inside that locker, a black book hung with a code that could make whole governments dumb. He slid through logic, slid past fate, all for the key to the 8th locker gate. Faulty thought, mind unsealed, where myths were locked and truth concealed.
Channel switch.
Buradan doğru sola döneceğiz.
Kardeşim bu XOX kim ya?
Kim?
Ben yanlış TSR'de miyim?
Senin ikin ne dayı?
Franzi Alo 155.
Sen yanlış tesedesin kanka.
Tamam.
Channel switch. Channel switched. Channel switched. Channel switched. Disconnected.
No fame chase, no criminal brag, just silence.
User left your channel.
Dragged by dawn, all systems reset their fate, but the locker was gone and the world felt late.
User left your channel.
Logic slid past fate, all for the key to the 8th locker gate. Faulty thought, mind unsealed, where myths were locked and
Disconnected.
truth concealed. Ain't like them child lie, ain't like them child lie.
My name is called weapon in the hand of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed.
Villain move quiet through the scholarless zone, carving ancient scripts in a flip phone tone. School ain't safe, just a boot camp blur. So we fed him forbidden verse under old street slurs. Library burned, but his rhyme books breathe. Tucked in a coat with a blade in a sleeve. Agents of silence, try taping his thoughts, but he write with cipher and ghosts can't spot. Hood priest with a mind like Morse, sent poems and code through the police force. He saw brains cage while the chains looked free, so he cracked that spell with a villainous key. Snuck in the towers with graffiti chants, tagging math on walls in the dead man's stance. They teach you to beg and forget your blade. He teaches to question the price you paid. Thought is a weapon if you sharpen the edge. Truth ain't safe when it sleeps in your head. Smuggle versus through land. Thought is a weapon if you sharpen the edge. Truth ain't safe when it sleeps in your head. Villain, smuggle versus Dress lies in a cap and gown while the real ones rot in a downtown crown. He flipped bars like a lockpick's edge and found dead gods in the school board pledge. Burned they test and rewrote the page. Now the villain teach law in a bulletproof cage. Chalkboard dreams with a trench coat breath. He scribe while they panic from what's left. He ain't preach, just encode and move like jazz in a cipher with no fake groove. Mind like a maze with a wiretap loop. So we spit in reverse, watch the whole world stoop. Enemy is static, outlaw fake. Mass scholar with a scalpel shaped stake. He don't shoot, he scribbled till systems bleed. And
Connected.
Kids books they outlawed and need.
Okay.
Words get bent when the wires combust.
Gel abi oyna burada.
Walking the fumes in the dust. Y'all flip through the
Kaç kere? Ne oynayacaksın?
wind. Blueprints taped to the
Allah.
skin under skin. Echoes in jars kept truth on a leash. Voice so low, even silence don't speak.
Kulu kurt kanka sana atayım ben partiyi de.
Tamam. Partiden mi bir okçu mu alınacak?
Kanka al okçu al ya. Magemiz var zaten. Başlamamız lazım artık yavaştan.
Ben bir partiye bir aldım.
Sen topla abi oraya, oradan iç içe vuralım.
Kapını güzel tutuyorlar ya.
Kapı önüne.
Yol arasına girmeyelim ki tepelere ok gitmiyor. Tepeden
Tam
oynamamız lazım.
sağa yürüyün. Nasıl? Oğlum şu adam niye gelmiyor?
Geldim de yayınlar.
Aynı Z oynarsak olur.
Yeah, step from the basement with dust in his pulse. Carried a pen like a blade with a coat. Built out of moments that never got named. Each bar stitched
Bize
with a
vuracaktır.
long-lost flame. Mirror said nothing but cracked at the edge. He rhymed like a monk with a switchblade pledge. Tongue like a locksmith, breath like a glitch. Reality flipped when the fuse got stitched. Pages don't lie, they just fold in the dark. He whispered the ghost to a graphite spark. Hangs in a noose of delay. Tape reels rewind, but the thoughts don't stay. Villain ain't
Biraz açabilsek şurayı.
Soldan deneyelim, soldan kaçalım.
truth ain't found, it dissolves in
Dolu.
half. He wrote it in smoke, then he vanished in half. Smoke in the shape of a map.
Açtılar buraya.
He don't talk loud, he encode in quotes. Syllables swim through the smoke. Smoke through the wind, through the ink in the smoke. They asked where he went, but he was never seen. Only heard through static and a smudge. Built bars from ash, made math from rust. He mapped out the void with blueprints and dust.
Kardeşim
Yarın
nereden
birleşiyor
vuruyor
değil
ya?
mi? Şey,
Aynen.
piyasa alt üst oluyor.
Tap the drum like a lock on a vault. Each bar coded no default salt. Truth don't echo in the room, don't care. So we rap to the mold in the
Biri
midnight air.
kapatmışlar.
Eyes like graph paper, mind like a glitch. Slip
Magelerden oynanmıyor ki.
in a stitch. Letters in a fog, footsteps in chalk. He walked like a riddle that the wise couldn't talk. Rust in the meter, mold on the fader. Came from the cellar with a notebook of data. Rhymes don't punch, they crawl.
Ben sizi birazdan toplayacağım. Sonya durun.
With a silent stacks. Name ain't known, but the voice been felt in the seams of the dreams that the street once dealt. Scribbled in code, kept quiet in tone, laid verses like bones.
Bu arada arkam Mage bize vurmazlarsa iyi. Bunlar respawn oynuyor. Nereden vuruyor ya yine? Arkam Mage geliyor. Arkam Mage geliyor. Dikkat et.
Ya dünkü etkinlik ne güzel. Bu ne ya?
Tarafında geldi ama. Arada kaldık.
Sağdan aldık evet. Ben toplamaya da... Oğlum nereden vurdun? Ananı sikeyim senin artık ya.
Burada range'ler çok şey uzun.
Abi karpuzlar her yerde ya şu an. Icardi parti sende, sen birleme yaparsın.
full of mud. Pages don't flip, they twitch in the mist. He wrote this ball with a phantom's fist. One mic, two wires, no need for gold. Just notebooks wrapped in secrets untold. Rhymes don't rhyme, they reveal a combust.
Adam benim rencimden uzun yarı nova atıyor. Vay amına. Ben vuramıyorum, adamdan nova yiyor.
Attırmayacağız ya Nova'yı burada. Sıkacağız aynı şekilde.
Gül abi, gelin Icardi'nin kafada oynayın sürekli. Abi. Nereden oynayalım? Soldan mı oynasak acaba?
Arkadaşlar her yerdeler ki şu an.
Kör dövüşü ya. Vuracaksın Nova'yı geç.
Said you kill fast, but you die in state. Page flips slow as the trigger got teased. Each wrote fate in the way they squeeze.
Biz iç içe oynarsak anca öyle adam oluruz aynı zaten.
Both born broke, raised in the grime. Same street roots but different climb. Pen wrote laws, revolts and chants. Pistol wrote names on tombstone grants. This ain't about peace. It's who rewrites the streets.
Bak böyle girdim mi iç içe hepsi bizde kalıyor.
Bu yerimiz iyi ya. Öğlen hemen buraya gelsin. Buradan sıkalım sürekli.
Aynen öyle. Ya
Vurmayınca
iç içe
bir
olunca
adım ileri
temizliğe
at.
alıyoruz ya. Başkasına gitmiyor.
Öldük.
Geliyor bak vuracak.
Ya buraya da vurmazsın be orospu çocuğu. Yani
Vurmaz olurlar mı?
Black gloves on thoughts, he slipped through cortex. Mapped out the nerves like a train line vortex. No mask needed, just a tone and phrase. Hypnotize the vault with a spiral of haze.
adamın novası vurmasa 75'i vuruyor amına.
Aynen.
Guards on shift, just neurons flicker. He bent the signal till the memories bickered.
Aslında çok baskın ya. Aslında böyle olması daha iyi.
Okçu için daha iyi yani.
Okçunun demeçleri çok az.
Ben şu Lark'ya bir angel atayım ya.
Öldük.
One second there, next flicker gone. The mask just floated like dusk at dawn. No keys, no breach, just patterns bet. He left through a sin.
İyi oluyor.
Buradan aslında Nova atıp da çıkabilir miyiz? Diyeceğim de.
A list of sins and noble lace. Not for money, not for gold or stash, but to balance the
Yazık ya, bu olmaz ya böyle.
whisper in the vending hum.
Baksana adam bir Nova vuruyor, ırk kaldırıyor.
Ben çıkıyorum beyler ya, elinize sağlık.
Eline sağlık.
Eyvallah.
Disconnected.
Fingerprints smeared in a rhyme that stops. He's gone with the data, cloak in the breeze. A verse in the wires, a cough in the freeze. He crept in silence, rewrote the scheme. Thoughts in the mind where he planted the dream. No rules, no proof, no digital trail. He stole the whole truth through a mental veil. Mask low, voice cold, cooked in a flash. Villain, stepping, turn truth in a task. Slide through smoke like a thief in a thesis. Each line etched like a glyph on a priest's wrist. Clockwork mind gears grind in the basement. Spit like a glitch in the government placement. No cape, just crates full of vinyl and venom. Villain plot verses with vermin momentum. Chalkboard bars, formulas and margins. Wordplay warp like time in the gardens. Steam from the beaker, fumes form a cipher. Ink bleeds slow like scripts from a lifer. Tongue twist language, spit cold calculus. Truth ain't clean, it's cracked and ravenous. Heist in the booth, no mask for the fame. Just lab coat, logic and wires to the brain. City lights flicker, but he move like static. Speech sound coded, villain-matic. Truth in the task, mask in the mist. Burst like a vial when the needle twists. Stranger with the flash. Words burn slow, got knowledge to amass. Found in the cracks of forgotten cassette decks. Rhymes so rare it dissolve in the next text. Blueprint blueprint thief, feed draft with a whisper. Bar so cold, make the mic get a blister. No limelight, just the glow of the Bunsen. Script from the gut, let the realness function. Villain ain't rap, he a cipher equation. Walk through dimensions just off a cadence. Skull full of stanzas, heart of a hacker. Taught by monks with drums and a dagger. Every verse like a code to dismantle. Speak as symbols, sparks from the mantle. Never no gimmick, just gears and precision. Mirror to the void, spitting pure indecision. Out the shadows with a flask and a flask. Filling in the cut, truth in the task.
He ain't sneaking, he rewrote the locks, typed out the codes in invisible chalk.
Slipped through the firewall, wrote through the floor. Rewired the guard dog strings with folklore. No gloves, no print, just breath and static. He drew the blueprint in a room all padded. Cameras blinked, caught a frame with no face. He walked in steps that erased their place. Key card clone from a napkin's crease. He pulled the whole vault from beneath their piece. No safe crack click, no glass to shatter. He just hummed to the wires till the locks got flatter. Sat at the desk, poured tea from steam. Downloaded the files through a rhyme and a scheme. Exit route drawn in a go-so cough. He floated past lasers like lines burned off. No sirens, no chase, just codes and ropes. Then he vanished mid-step like a carbon ghost.
They never saw him come. They never saw him leave. He ain't steal gold, he stole belief. Carbon copy ghost, no name, no grief. The rhyme was the key. The lock was a beat.
Safe wide open, but nothing looks touched. Just a hum in the air and a clock gone rush. They found one page, blank but dense. When held to the light, it whispered intense. They called it a breach, but no one knew how. The footage showed static, shaped like a brow. Boss said freeze it, text said nah. It's not a hack, it's a kind of law. Next day came and the vault still breathed. They played back audio, just rust and leaves. No fingerprints, just a pencil's curl with a line that read, "This ain't your world." Back in the van, he erased the tape. Tossed out the loot for a landscape scrape. He ain't want diamonds, he ain't want fame. He wanted the myth to remember his name.
Those who do not move do not notice their chains.
He ain't robbed banks, he robbed belief. Took the crown off kings with a stanza of grief. Blueprint breathing, chalk line mind state. Slid past time with a rhyme that dilates. Flick of the wrist, wrote code on bricks. Each word hit harder than 100 clicks. Unlocked myths in the archives, true. Made truth detonate in a concrete room. Snuck through books that were never assigned. Ripped out pages and replaced them with lines. Voice like sand, footprints erased. But he mapped revolution in a poet's case. They studied the footage, saw nothing but blur. Just a shadow with rhythm in a sepia stir. Left the scene with a smirk in the air and a verse that burned through billionaire prayer. And vanished through ash with a chant in the air. So he stole it clean through the firewall veil. Room full of scholars, eyes wide shut. He crept in quiet with a blade in the gut. Not literal steel, but a sharpened phrase that split the system like fault lines blaze. Rewired the myths with a villainous pen. Turned law into dust, turned gods into men. The mic was a scalpel, verse was flame. Erased their flag, reprinted his name. Tapes rewind in a loop he set. Each beat a trap they haven't sprung yet. He ain't need keys, passwords or codes. Just a pause and silence, the knowledge explodes. They don't know how, don't know when, but they feel the glitch like a falcon zen. By the time they wake, the facts feel strange. Everything shifted, but nothing changed.
In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
Walk through a